A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
So apparently, Bob Iger is now being blamed for the dead Kyle Ron movie, The Hunt for Ben Solo. And this fits nicely with Kennedy's threat to burn it all down on the way out the door. He's not the bad guy. All right, I'm going to say this right now. Bob Iger is not the bad guy in this. It's Kathleen Kennedy. I don't think it would have occurred to him after the failures of the sequel trilogy, which the reason why he rejected A Hunt for Ben Solo is because the sequel trilogy crash landed. It died. Okay. And I am literally flabbergasted that anybody would believe the crap coming out of Kennedy's camp on this. But she needs to make herself look better as she's being dragged out the door. Now, here's the problem. I don't think anybody with the brain in Hollywood believes this, not even for a moment. I know Matt Bellamy doesn't. I mean, all you got to do is look at box office for the 3 movies and look at the merchandise not being sold, Ray figures gathering dust on the pegs out ollies, Kyle Ron static action figures being shoved into boxes with Darth Maul and Darth Vader so they can actually get rid of them. You know, I mean, that's what's going on here. It's a business decision. And the fact of the matter is, Bob Iger, without saying it, saw the trend against what's been going on with the fandom as far as this woke crap, saw the trend dying. But long before Trump won in November, right? So he was like, no, we're not going to do this. When he was presented with The Hunt for Ben Solo. And this is how Kennedy is going after Iger on the way out the door. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Apparently, Cameron has a huge scoop coming from Sparrow, and he has to talk to them about that before he posts anything on his Patreon. But now I'm starting to think Fast and Furious, the news is going to be coming in for the Star Wars franchise and what's going on, and Lucasfilm itself. And the reason why is because it's over. Kennedy's done. She's a lame duck. She's not running the franchise anymore. She's not running Lucasfilm. And that's simply what's happening. And I think fans should be delighted with that. I really, really do, because it's just time. It's been time for her to move on since 2018, okay? And this latest nonsense coming from her through Adam Driver, who never should have gotten involved in the first place, is par for the course, in my opinion. She's trying to smear everybody who she thinks is to blame for her failures. And it's just not, it's not going to work. I really don't see anybody believing her in Hollywood, anybody believing her at all. And the reason why is because they all talk. Steven Spielberg tells people on the down low. You know, George Lucas, they all talk. He might be angry at Disney because they didn't listen to him. But he can't be happy with Kathy. I mean, we all saw her getting thrown under the bus at the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny LA premiere. We saw Spielberg do that. So really, you know, this is her retaliating for like being pushed out, because that's exactly what's going on. She is being pushed out. And it's happening much sooner than we thought. I didn't think I'd see anything like this. Now, Cameron's Patreon, what happened is they got the transcript for the videos from Den of Nerds freaking out about it, blaming Iger. And it's like, this is classic textbook misdirection, misinformation, propaganda from her side of the camp, right? And they're all doing it. Star Wars Explained, etc. So I want to talk more about this in a little bit, and so let's talk more.
Who is the glue to all 5 of these films that gave us all of our rhythm and all of our melody, the great maestro, John Williams.
Pentagram on the floor and chanted, "I summon thee," 3 times.
So really, what we're seeing is the drama increasing as Kennedy leaves. And again, because Disney is averse to actually talking out loud about things that the fans should be aware of, we don't have a timeline for her yet. But the fact that Adam Driver said he was now free to say something about this asinine idea for a movie, well, I'm going to tell you that right now. The fact that they even thought this was a good idea is so insulting to me as a Star Wars fan that I can't. I mean, it's absolutely appalling that this guy, who didn't want to really play the role to begin with, decided he had fun making Star Wars and wanted to do another movie. I don't know, maybe to actually make his character look more sympathetic. No, there's no. That's like trying to do a sympathetic profile for John Wayne Gacy or Jeffrey Dahmer or Ted Bundy. I mean, when I think about those actual real villains, that's who Kylo Ren reminds me of. I mean, just absolute evil incarnate. So, what a dumb idea. The fact that Iger said no to it proves that Bob Iger understands the business. And he understands that the sequel trilogy isn't selling anything. So what we're going to get, you guys, is drama everywhere from the Kennedy camp. Now, I am going to add this. Do I think that Bob Iger will clap back? I think he should. I absolutely think that he has every right to and be very brutally honest. We all remember the fact that he had her in his office on July 3rd of 2023 and basically asked her what happened with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Why isn't it making any money? And instead of answering the question, she started blaming him and Kevin Feige for the Marvel issues, right? So this is why we're seeing this stuff. And that was when she was being pushed out, by the way. That's when the Nazgul showed up in San Francisco, right? that's when all that stuff started happening. And that's when she got kicked off of the Lucasfilm network for a while, as they were going through all of her emails. And the reason why is because we had the Gina Carano issue, and we also had the Karen McCarthy issue. And, something had to give. So this is a temper tantrum on Kennedy's part. This is her trying to assert some sort of, trying to create a narrative that isn't true. And the YouTubers, Star Wars Explained, Josh at Den of Nerds, are compliant in helping her with this. And, I look at Bob Iger as being a guy who saw business opportunities and took them. He survived ABC and Lucasfilm, or Disney, for decades. And I really don't see him as a bad person. He's a pragmatic businessman. Now, is he wise as far as creative, filmmaking goes? No, he's not. Marvel is one thing, but getting something like Star Wars, which is up there with The Lord of the Rings and the Chronicles of Narnia, is something completely different. And I don't think that he understands. And I'm going to say, I don't think today he understands what really he was buying back in 2012, which would be 12 years ago, 13 years ago now. You kind of go, you're looking at it going, why are people having a heart attack? Especially Josh at Den of Nerds. So now Kathy is the poor misunderstood moron here, and she always had all the good ideas, which Steven Spielberg back in the 80s pegged her as someone who had absolutely zero creative instinct at all, right? So, it's like, guys, you're doing this for a reason I don't get, especially Den of Nerds, since he hated her guts so much. But he's carrying her water for her. And I'm sorry, I won't do that. I will not ever do that. She's a terror. She didn't stick up for things that she should have stuck up for. And, if she pissed off Steven Spielberg because he did not want to have Phoebe Waller-Bridge in The Dial of Destiny, then, there's nothing else I can do. But to blame Iger completely for this, the only thing I can blame him on is keeping Kennedy around after Rogue One, because he knew, with all the drama and shenanigans going on with that movie, that she was probably not fit to lead Lucasfilm. But he still kept her on, much to everybody's chagrin. Anyway, so if you're looking at the blue pills, you're looking at Josh Den of Nerds, maybe the black pills. They're probably all carrying Kennedy's water right now. Anyway, this is Steph signing out. See you around the galaxy.